know how to pick them, don't I? I'm amazed that I'm actually alive. I got a demon on board that's trying to kill me. I apologize. I'm a little off my game because right before I walked out here, I got some results.
Did you hear the latest scandal about Charlie Sheen? No, not the tiger blood one. That's old news. We're talking about his explosive public meltdowns, chaotic relationships, and shocking health revelations.
My face was bloated, my eyes were pinched, I was sweating, and I had a sign around my neck.
What did it say?
It said, AIDS.
Charlie Sheen's life is like a Hollywood train wreck you can't stop watching.
No, I was thinking more along the lines of some repo work. You ever done any?
From his rise to fame to his jaw-dropping scandals, we're diving into it all.
Promise to sell 20,000 each, but all I saw was 5. What am I gonna do, call a cop?
Charlie wasn't always a headline grabber for all the wrong reasons. Carlos Irwin Estevez was born on September 3, 1965, in New York City. Charlie grew up with Hollywood royalty. His dad, Martin Sheen, is an acting legend, and his mother, Janet Templeton, was an artist. With such a lineage, it's no surprise that Charlie was drawn to acting from a young age. But that's a lot of pressure for a kid, right? Charlie started acting at a young age, making his first uncredited appearance in his dad's film, The Execution of Private Slovik. Fast forward to the 1980s, and Charlie's breakout performances in Platoon and Wall Street made him a Hollywood darling.
I guess I realized that I'm just Bud Fox.
But what really cemented his fame was 2.5 Men.
He hit his head. He's bleeding.
Did he lose consciousness?
No. I got a little woozy, though.
Where Charlie reportedly earned $1.8 million per episode at his peak. Yes, per episode. You can relive some of his best 2.5 Men moments.
You know who wrote that song? Your Uncle Charlie wrote that.
No lie.
Kid, if I was gonna lie, I'd say I wrote Stairway to Heaven, not the Maple Loop song.
There are lots of cliche timelines. Anyone can be selected.
Do I look okay?
Jake, she waved at you. She smiled. Clearly her standards aren't that high.
He just has a knack for picking projects that resonated with audiences. He is known as a leading man in film and television. Over his 50-year career, he has received numerous accolades, including a Golden Globe Award, as well as nominations for 4 Primetime Emmy Awards.
Thank you. Thank you.
In 1994, he received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. But as we all know, fame comes with a dark side, and Charlie dove headfirst into it. As his star rose, so did his penchant for partying. From wild nights out to questionable choices, Charlie's life became a whirlwind of scandal. In 2011, Charlie became the talk of Hollywood, again for all the wrong reasons. His infamous interviews, especially his bizarre Today Show appearance, became internet gold.
I'm winning. I win here and I win there. Now what? If I'm bipolar, aren't there moments where a guy like crashes and like in the corner like, oh my God, it's all my mom's fault? Shut up. Shut up. Stop. Move forward.
Seriously, folks, it was like watching a train wreck in slow motion. His erratic behavior led to a media frenzy, and it wasn't long before he found himself at the center of a firestorm.
Where are the cops? Because I was just robbed by Charlie Sheen. Yeah. Everybody in every other city that bought tickets, you just lost your money. He ain't gonna show up. Charlie sucks!
Yeah, what do you mean?
Charlie got offended by the people booing. Yeah. He didn't know what to do next.
That was the deal then.
That was the deal.
I feel so bad, Charlie. I love you, but this is horrible.
If they know what is smart.
Nobody.
The show.
Now, let's talk about family drama, because what's a Hollywood story without a little bit of that? Charlie's relationship with his father, Martin Sheen, has been complicated to say the least. While Martin has always been a supportive figure, he has also expressed deep concern over Charlie's lifestyle choices. Can you imagine the tension at family dinners? Hey, Dad, I just got fired from my show for being a hot mess.
Earlier this week, his father, Martin Sheen, weighed in on his son's troubles.
If he had cancer, how would we treat him, you know? The disease of addiction is a form of cancer.
Of course, we can't talk about Charlie without mentioning his infamous relationships. His marriage to Denise Richards, a mess. The custody battles, public fights, and Charlie's chaotic lifestyle became tabloid fodder for years. Remember the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills drama? Denise spilled a lot of tea on Charlie's behavior during their marriage. You can watch some of that juicy drama.
It was a very dark time and very toxic.
The person that I know isn't the person that I married.
It's not their fault to, deal with parents who are mudslinging and fighting and can't be in the same room.
The couple shares 2 daughters, Sam and Lola, but the custody battles and public feuds have been anything but pretty. Following Richards, Sheen married Brooke Mueller, with whom he had twin sons Bob and Max. This marriage also ended in divorce, marked by legal struggles and allegations of substance abuse. It's like a never-ending cycle of chaos. Let's not forget about Charlie's wild partying days. He was known for hitting the clubs and living it up like there was no tomorrow. And when it came to his romantic escapades, let's just say he had a type: adult film stars. Charlie was often seen with various porn stars, and his love life became another hot topic in tabloids. After his very public meltdown in 2011, Charlie was often seen living with two women he referred to as his goddesses, Brie Olson and Natalie Kenley. This unconventional living arrangement was the talk of the tabloids, with many speculating about the nature of their relationships.
They're an international sensation. These are my girlfriends. These are the women that I love that have completed the three parts of my heart.
Natty and Charlie have their own special connection. I have my own connection with Charlie, and then Natty and I also have our own relationship.
Crazy to everybody else, but for us, I mean, it works well. It's not about you.
Look at these two. Wow. Who's got it better than me? I'm just gonna hang out right here.
Brie, an adult film star, later revealed that living with Charlie was not as glamorous as it seemed. She described it as a chaotic environment filled with drugs and drama, which ultimately led her to leave. Can you imagine being part of that circus?
He wants to treat me, and his managers want to treat me like I'm just another unsavory woman. He was sweating all the time. He would keep the house at ridiculously cold temperatures.
He's a monster.
I ended up leaving in the middle of the night one night. I'm like, I can't stay and do this.
And then there's the shock of his HIV diagnosis. In 2015, Charlie publicly revealed he had been living with HIV for 4 years, a revelation that sent shockwaves through Hollywood and led to what many called the Charlie Sheen effect, a surge in HIV awareness and testing. In a candid interview, he described the painful process of dealing with his diagnosis and how it changed his life. He emphasized that with advancements in treatment, managing his condition is now akin to treating diabetes, a significant shift from the stigma associated with the disease. His candid interview on Good Morning America sent shockwaves through Hollywood. Charlie admitted to engaging in unprotected sex after his diagnosis, which caused massive controversy. Watch his revealing interview.
I'm here to admit that I am in fact HIV positive, and I have to put a stop this onslaught, this barrage of attacks and of sub-truths and very harmful and mercurial stories that are about that threatening the health of so many others, which is couldn't be farther from the truth.
Charlie's conflicts didn't just stop with his family and relationships. They extended into his professional life as well. At the time, the public was concerned for Charlie's well-being. His erratic behavior got him fired from 2.5 Men after a huge blow-up with creator Chuck Lorre. That feud is legendary.
CBS has finally said enough is enough, pulling the plug on Sheen's hit program after he let loose with a scathing and some would say anti-Semitic rant against the show's creator. Andrea Kenning's been covering this story for us. And Andrea, after the news that the suspension of this program for the rest of the year broke, Sheen reached out to you.
He did. George, he told me he's 100% clean and he plans to show up to work no matter what's going on. So we'll see what happens there. He also tells me Chuck Lorre is a loser and a clown and a whole lot worse than that. It's unclear exactly what started this bitter feud, but Lorre, who runs 2.5 Men and has a long history with the actor, accused him earlier this week publicly of having reckless sex and a drug problem.
After his infamous meltdown and HIV revelations, Charlie's career took a nosedive. His show Anger Management didn't have the same magic.
Come on, everyone deserves a 24th chance.
And his public appearances dwindled. It felt like the sheen had worn off, pun intended, and audiences were left wondering if they'd ever see the old Charlie again. At one point, rumors spread that he had been blackballed from Hollywood altogether. But can Hollywood truly turn its back on a star as unpredictable as Charlie?
Yes!
He's made some attempts to return to the spotlight with projects like No Joke, but nothing has really stuck. Watch a bit of his comeback efforts. In 2023, Sheen was allegedly attacked in his Malibu home by a neighbor, Electra Schrock. Reports indicate that she forced her way into his residence, leading to a physical confrontation where she allegedly